Hello everyone, welcome back to our opinions on almost every show. Alright, we're going to jump straight into this. Yanakun no Futsu no Hibi, or Yanakun's Ordinary Days. Always reliable and kind-hearted, Kyoko Yoshida is named the president of Class 2-1. On the first day of school, a boy named Yano Tsuyoshi arrives late, covered in injuries. Due to her caring nature, in addition to Yana being seated right next to her, Kyoko cannot help but worry about him and how he got those injuries to begin with. After cautiously following him one day home, she learns the truth. He's just extremely clumsy. Kyoko soon finds herself constantly worrying about Yano, both at school and at home, not realizing she is falling in love with him. Armed with a first aid kit, Kyoko makes it her mission to care for Yano's mishap-related injuries as a romance between two begins to blossom. This sounds really cute. Voice actors, I don't actually recognize any here except for Takashi Rei and Tanizaki Atsumi. Oh, Hino Satoshi. But the two main characters, Nuki Yuka and Amasaki Kohei, never heard of them. Studio is Ajido. This is a maybe.
I wonder if this is gonna be the rom-com of next season, because there's so many good rom-coms this season. I'm hoping we get a good selection for next season as well. Hakurio no Yodomeshi ni Hakurio Bed and Breakfast for Spirits 2. It is a second season. I know nothing of this.
I've watched the first season. The first season came out a long time, 2018, 7 years ago I watched it. It's nothing to walk home about. It's basically about a human girl falling in love with demons. I'm gonna give it a maybe just because I remember the first season. However, I don't remember like the main things from the first season.
Watashi wo tabetai hito denashi. The monster wants to eat me. I've come to eat you. So softly utters the mermaid Shiori as she emerges from the sea and takes high school girl Hinako by the hand. Hinako lives alone in a town by the sea and possesses an unusually delicious body. Okay, that is irresistible to nearby monsters. To ensure that she matures to the best condition, Shiori seeks to protect Hinako, only so that someday she can devour every piece of her. What will become of Hinako's feelings as this looming unjust death closes in for her? Is this another drama, Yuri?
It's a supernatural one as well. Honestly, I mean, you got quite a stacked cast in the sense of it's got Ishikawa Yui, Ude Rena, who's had a very good year, and then Rose Ai, who's come back from her PTSD. I'm going to give it a maybe. Taiyo Yori mo Mabushi Hoshi, a star brighter than the sun. Sai and Koki have been friends since childhood. One fateful day at the end of middle school, she has a revelation. Koki has grown up. Now they're in high school, and she has another revelation. She has feelings for Koki, of course, but Sai isn't the only girl who does. The question is, who does Koki have feelings for? I'ma call it right now. It's gonna be Sai. I'ma still give this a maybe, just because it's a rom-com, and sometimes you get really good ones, sometimes you get really bad ones. So this is maybe.
Let's play Quest Darake no My Life, which just translates to English title Let's Play. Samura Sam, in quotations, Young is a developer in Los Angeles who's about to achieve her dreams with her first video game, Ruminate. That is until a popular streamer gives the game a scathing review. Even worse, Sam finds out the troublesome critic is now her new neighbor. Get lost in a comedic, romantic, an all too real story about gaming, memes, and social anxiety. Come for the plot, stay for the doggo. I like this. I like this. It's a rom-com as well. Well, we've gotten 3 rom-coms so far.
Yeah, so Studio OLM, and I do like Studio OLM.
OLM is very nice, to be fair.
The key visual is very weird, but the cast itself is pretty big. We've got Hanazawa Kana as the main character, love her. Sugata Tomokazu, who is my favorite male voice actor. Nakamaru Yuichi. This is going to be really weird because I feel like the English dub might be better than the actual sub because it's based in America. This is a maybe for us. Shinji Teita Nakama Tachi ni Dungeon Okuchi de Korosara Kaketa ga gift. Mugen Gacha, the level 9900 999 no nakamatachi wa te ni irete moto party member to sekai ni fukushu and zama shimasu. This might be the longest anime title. My gift level 9999 unlimited gacha backstabber in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. When Light is kicked out of the concord of the tribes, his former comrades instantly turn on him. Light escapes this diabolical act of betrayal by the skin of his teeth, only to find himself in the deepest part of the abyss, the most dangerous dungeon in the realm. To avoid being eaten by carnivorous monsters, he uses the unlimited gacha, his sole magical skill, but where it previously only produced junk items, this time May, a gorgeous level 9999 fighter in a maid outfit, springs forth. Fast forward 3 years later, and Light has carved out his own kingdom in the backwater dungeon, summoning more beautiful 9999 warriors who swear absolute fealty to him. Now a powerful level 9999 overlord himself, Light plans to ascend to the surface and take revenge on his betrayers one by one. Yeah, this is going to be a maybe.
Potion Wagami wo Tasakeru. Kaide, an ordinary high school girl, suddenly wakes up in an unfamiliar alleyway, only to realize she's been transported to a mysterious world inhabited by beastmen, elves, and dragons. Among her belongings, she discovers a strange book that wasn't there before. To her surprise, it allows her to create potions simply by chanting the word create. Relying on these potions to survive, Kaide navigates the challenges of this fantastical world while clinging to the hopes of one day returning to Japan. Her journey of struggle and discovery in this otherworldly realm is just beginning.
I'm saying this is not gonna bother. Yes, it's got Honda Kaide as Kaide. Key visual is very generic, and when I watch the trailer, it reminds me of the one where saving gold, whatever it was, gold. And you know how much I discern that anime. Towa no Yuguru, which means dust beyond the world, end of the world. The funny thing about this is technically a sequel to something, in the sense the first episode 0, comes out on September 26th. After waking from a long cryogenic sleep, high school student Akira Himegami finds himself in the world he no longer recognizes. The city lies in ruins from war. Society is now governed by an organization called OWL. Traditional marriage has been replaced by a new system known as Elsie. As Akira struggles to comprehend this drastic changed future, a familiar figure appears before him, Yuguru, who bears a strong resemblance to his girlfriend Toasa. To his shock, Yuguru smiles gently and proposes, "Akira, please marry me." Confused by this her sudden proposal, Akira agrees to travel with Yuguru, holding onto the hope that somewhere in this world the real Toasa is still alive. Along their journey, they encounter the evolving forms of love in the new era and reflect on what their true bond truly means. It's an original from PA Works, and PA Works used to do really good originals. They did Aquatope, that was decent. The Colors of This World, if I remember correctly, that was decent. They have done very good originals, but they've also done bad originals. Cast is again stacked. We have Ishikawa Yui again, Kaya no Ai, Tomita Miyu. It's gonna be a maybe.
Yasei no last boss ga arawareta. A wild last boss appeared. Rufus Mafahel, the Blackwing Overlord and leader of the 12 Stars of Heaven, has been vanquished. A man wakes up in the body of the X-Gate game character Rufus, 200 years after her defeat at the hands of the 7 heroes. The game world of X-Gate he knew is no longer ruled by humans, and it is no longer just a game. X-Gate is a world of its own where the characters think, feel, and live just like he does. Rufus's journeys through X-Gates, looking for the long disbanded 12 Stars of Heaven. Rufus is without country, army, or allies. Question remains, what is the real reason an ordinary man was reincarnated into X-Gate as Rufus?
This is a maybe. The main character is voiced by Koji Mizutami, who is, I think, currently my second favorite voice actor. However, I hate it when men get reincarnated in women's bodies because it makes me feel weird about them hooking up later in the future. Ganglion. Early 2000s Tokyo, Isobe, a combatant for the evil organization Ganglion, spends his days on the battlefield, whether it's the Tokyo Cedar Pollen operation or the Mount Fuji demolition plan. He faces off in nothing but a bodysuit, only to be crushed by the hero Hopman time and time again. As he struggles under unreasonable bosses during the dawn of compliance, his story unfolds. A workplace drama dedicated to all who work for the bittersweet life of a salaryman soldier. Bro, this is an anime made for the Japanese that work at black companies. I'm gonna give it a maybe, but the thing is, it sounds like a comedy. There is no comedy.
最後に一つだけお願いしてもよろしいですか? May I ask for one final thing? In the middle of a ball, Scarlett's fiance, Kyle, suddenly calls off the engagement. She is falsely accused of being a bully and people unfairly call her a villainess. The aristocrats and noble families all denounce her. For years, she had to put up with his abuse and idiocy. She can't take any more of it. At her wit's end, she asks for one last favor: to give him a good fist in the face. So begins Scarlett's story of revenge against Kyle and his cronies, a fantasy about an elegant yet rebellious fighter who doesn't let anyone take advantage of her. This reminds me of With Vengeance, but it's probably going to have better animation.
100%. This is a maybe. It's Leiden Films, Seth Asami, but the thing that is catching me so happy is Chico with Honeyworks. I don't remember the last time Chico with Honeyworks actually did an opening. It's just been Honeyworks or Chico, but now they come back for Chico with Honeyworks, and I love them. It's the final season of My Hero Academia. Boku no Hero Academia finally will be finishing. I will watch the last episode with Ali. I might shed a tear. We'll see what happens, because My Hero Academia is a starting point for me, because this anime's gone on for 10 years and I've watched anime for 10 years. So the fact that it's ending on my 10th year says a lot about the kind of anime fan I am and what I grew up with. So I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, it's going to be bittersweet.
Next one is Sanda. The story starts with Sanda, a second-year middle school student, getting attacked with a kitchen knife by his classmate Fuyumura. While Sanda couldn't make sense of the situation at first, he gradually came to believe that Fuyumura's actions were just meant acts stemming off from the latter having a peculiar puberty phase, But that was all actually a misunderstanding. Of course it was. Fuyumura is seriously questioning if Sanda is actually the descendant of a certain family. So it's a family feud, but just between two different families.
This is a must-watch. This is a very popular shonen manga. It's done by Science Sadu. Mikata ga yowa sugita te hojo maho ni shiteta kyute maho shi suiho sarete saikyo wa mezashimasu. The banished court magician aims to become the strongest. This party doesn't need an incompetent magician. You can only use supportive magic. You're fired, Alec Yagret. Suddenly, Alec, a court magician who had joined the Crown Prince's party to help him conquer dungeons, was banished from the party. And not just the party, but the Crown Prince's harassment has banished him from the royal palace as well. And friends from the Magic Academy approached, who was at his wit's end. Hey Alec, do you want to try to conquer the dungeon with us again? And so together with the friends he used to party with, Alec begins his second journey in life. This is the adventure story of a former court magician who has been abandoned. 4 years ago, the lasting period, a party of 4 that had been called legendary, has gradually spread its name around the world. Let me guess, they are the lasting period. Wow. If you watch this show, one of these shows, you watched them all. This is a maybe. Let's go to the next one. To Your Eternity Season 3. This will be probably the final series of Season or 2 Eternity. It might get one more out of it. This is a must watch. The one thing I hate about this show is the fan base more than the actual show. I actually like the show quite a bit. Kekon Yubiwa Monogatari, Tales of Wedding Ring Season 2. The animation looks so good. This we talked about this in like our first video, I think. So, you know, it's quite nice to see it. It's even our thumbnail. I have a distaste for a certain voice actor, the main voice actor of the show, because he gets very annoying when he's the main character. When I think he's like a side character, he's very one-toned, and when he screams, it generally irks me now. Characters that he does in Doctor Stone, he's alright as. I'm gonna give it a maybe. I hope that You know, there are some uncensored episodes like there was in the first season.
Spy X Family Season 3. It's already a must watch.
In the manga right now for Spy Family, we're at a point of no going back for Yor. I won't say what's happened to her. Not much more to say about it, so we shall go on to the next one. Tomodachi no imoto ga ore ni dake uzai. The translation translates to my friend's little sister has it in for me. My friend's sister is annoying only me. So his best friend's younger sister. If a girl teases you, that means she likes you. Unfortunately, Akiteru knows from experience that this isn't the case, because every girl he interacts with shows him nothing but scorn, and he's not scored a single date from it. Luckily, he's more concerned with securing a spot for him and his dame development buddies at his uncle's business. But when his uncle throws him a condition that involves playing the part of his daughter's boyfriend, Akiteru has no choice but to take it. What will his best friend's sister Iroha, who bullies him relentlessly, think of this news?
The rom-com, it's a maybe. It's gonna be a good one, but it's still a maybe.
Digimon Daybreak. I'm not even going to talk about this show because guess what, Ali? We're not going to bother because it's Digimon. If I don't bother with Pokemon, why would I bother with Digimon?
Ending is peak. Watch the first season. You will love the first season. Watch the rest of the seasons. You will come to the sixth season. It is peak. Moving on.
Ranma Half second season. Going on from the previous season, I enjoyed it, and you know what? I kind of like that Takashi Rumiko's work is getting that modern twist. I'm looking forward to which work next would be, because we have Urusei Yatsura and Ranma Half. I kind of want them to remake My Son Ikoko, because that one's never got a decent anime treatment. This is a must watch.
Next one, Uma Musume Cinderella Grey Part 2. Part 1 was really nice. I hated the ending. Hopefully they fix it in the second season.
Because this is a really big game now, because it finally got its Western release, we will put it as a maybe, but just knowing my heart, I'm not going to bother with this. Blue Orchestra's second season, I will not be watching the show. I did not enjoy the first season that much, and the CG really put me off, so I'm not going to bother.
Sawana 8 Kotesashi-kun. Don't touch Kotesashi. Hyoko Kotesashi possesses exceptional massage skills and dreams of becoming a sports doctor. With a Hero Scholarship to medical school, he enrolled at Seiwa University Affiliated High School, a powerhouse in athletics. Coming from a poor family, Yo-Yo takes up a live-in job at the school's dormitory to cover his expenses. However, he soon finds himself surrounded by a group of highly talented yet quirky female athletes. His role, managing the dorm while also tending to their physical and mental well-being. With a mix of intense training, close quarters dorm life, and massage therapy, an unpredictable and daring new chapter begins. It's predictable. It is fully predictable.
I'm going to give this a maybe, and I will be watching the uncensored version. Debut to love to Amiyamachi to plus size misadventures in love. This is the punishment for a fat ugly girl like me falling in love with someone as beautiful as you. Yumiko had a mountain of complexes about herself. Then a terrible accident befalls her. Though somehow from the brink of death, Yumiko wakes up a completely different person. This is me, I'm so cute. Those around her can't hide their surprise and wonderment at the 180-degree change, but Yumiko's new high positive eye starts to change her surroundings too. Worries and complexes can affect anyone, and Yumiko will chop right through those of very supporting characters. In love, work, friendship, and an attempted murder, the frenzied romantic story will leave you bubbling with energy. The problem I have with the show, it's called Plus Size Misadventures, and then she says, I'm cute, after and doing a 180 change. Are they going to just get rid of all the plus size things straight away? I'm not bother with this. 3 Nenzigumi Ginpachi Sensei. Oshiete Ginpachi Sensei. This is a must watch. It's a spin off of Gintama, but they're going to be in a school slice of life. Please give me more Gintama in the future. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Ali, next one, please.
Hondemo skill de isekai of Foro Meishi 2. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill season 2. The first season was good. I feel like this is a high maybe.
Yeah, it's a high maybe. The reason why I'm giving it a maybe, it's a show about cooking. It's a glorified show about cooking that Mappa's done, and Mappa's policies have been really weird, and I just sometimes can't get with them. Tensei Akuzo no Kuro Rekishi. the dark history of the reincarnated villainess. I like villainous shows, so we'll see what this is about. Konoha Sato has a dark history. After all, she spent her teen years writing self-indulgent fantasy romance fics like a dark history. But since she's become its most despicable villainess, remembering every last detail is now a matter of life and death. Having avoided the first couple of death flags, Sato is suddenly left in the dark when a mysterious stranger returns from the Lily Kingdom, a character she doesn't recall writing in the original script. Although Yomi claims to be her ally, can Sato really trust a character she knows nothing about in such a dangerous world? This is going to be a maybe.
Himito koete kyoi ni naru. With you, our love will make it through.
This is a furry show, I just want to let you guys know straight away.
When high schooler Mari bumps into fellow parties to it, he's surprised to find out he's a beast folk who's to attend her school. After all, it's not rare for beast folk to coexist alongside humans, but it's still uncommon, with the prejudice and all. Nervous to meet one at first, Mari soon learns that there's more to him than his furry exterior. In fact, the more she gets to know him, the more she finds herself drawn to him. His steadfastness and kind-heartedness and his body. I am gonna give this a not gonna bother.
顔に出ない柏田さんと顔に出る男 inexperienced Kashiwada and expressive Uta. With a smirk, Uta disregards his single-digit tech scores and searches for a new source of amusement. He's soon captivated by his classmate Kashiwada, a mysterious student who consistently wears a blank face. Uta conspires to break her placid demeanor through scares and mischievous schemes. Though his tactics always seem to backfire, Uta is known as a class clown and consistently disciplined by his teacher, who claims his face gives it away. To no fault of his own, he lacks control of his emotional and facial expressions. Kashiwada, on the other hand, seems perpetually emotionless and unreadable. No one knows what she is thinking. Uta and Kashiwada are completely opposites, but that does not stop a unique relationship from developing between them. As they realize their feelings for each other, it raises an important question. Do opposites really attract? It's a comedy romance, and I do like rom-coms, so I'm gonna give it a maybe.
It's done by Studio Polon, which only has done one other anime since its existence. It's a new studio. Sozai Saishuka no Isekai Ryo Koki, a gatherer's adventure in Isekai. Akiro Kamishiro is a normal guy with an ordinary office job, but finds himself summoned to another world. Takeru starts his new life in Madeos, a world with swords and magic. Fully equipped with multiple skills, not only does he have enhanced physical and amazing magic abilities, but also the power to search for valuable items. With the cheat skills he's been provided, Takeru starts his new adventure in the new isekai. Is this just gonna be another like overpowered isekai anime?
I don't want to watch another anime that fills its frames with white screens and gives me epilepsy. It's not gonna bother. Tojima Tanzaburo wa Kamen Rider ni naritai. Tojima wants to be a masked rider. Tojima Tanzaburo has spent his entire life chasing a dream to become a Kamen Rider. Now at 40, reality has nearly caught up with him and he's on the verge of letting go of his childhood fantasy. That is until he gets caught up in the crime wave led by the fake Shocker gang, turning his long-time dream into something far more dangerous. What starts off as a pretend hero journey quickly becomes something real. The ultimate Kamen Rider fantasy is about to begin. Kamen Rider is very popular in the East, not that popular whatsoever in the West, but it started to gain its strides in the West recently. So I'm looking forward to this show. Leiden Films, so it is what it is, but I'll give this a maybe.
Butchiyo na senpai, my awkward senpai, Hanawa senpai, is considered many things, but smooth is definitely not one of them. Then she meets Hamegawa, her new kohai. He's cute, a little nerdy, and easy to talk to. How will this awkward senpai be able to handle these new feelings? Rom-com?
Yeah,
It is a rom-com. It's gonna be a maybe. We're gonna see how it goes. And that's it. Moving on.
Hikaiji Kake no Mari. Kanako Mari. Wealthy, handsome, and successful Arthur Louise Zet is no stranger to the greed of people. Constantly doubting those around him, he has no faith in humanity. Thus, he makes a request for the perfect maid, a robot maid. However, his butler is unable to acquire such a servant due to technological limitation. So he finds the next suitable substitute. Maddie Evans, a former child prodigy in martial arts known for her lack of expressions. Drowning in debt, she readily accepts the offer to be a maid that acts like a robot. While Arthur is often blunt towards humans, he cannot help but dote on the personal robot. In turn, Maddie is moved by his drive and consideration towards her. So she has to pretend to be a robot in front of this guy. There's a K drama. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called "I'm Not a Robot" or something. I'm looking forward to this show. This is a maybe.
Chitose ku wa ramune bin no naka. Chitose is in the ramune bottle.
Why is she there? How did she get there? Who is Chitose and why are they there?
Why are there ramune bottle of all places? Insults aimed at Saku Chitose are a dime a dozen. Nicknamed Class 5's womanizing scumbag, he is constantly slandered online by those jealous of his popularity. Luckily, that barely makes a dent in Saku's confidence. Outside niche internet forums, he is the reputable figure his schoolmates admire and a model student his teachers trust. As his second year of high school commences, Saku reunites with his old friends and befriends new ones, all belonging to the school's social elite. However, the fun is cut short when Saku's homeroom teacher instructs him to convince his shut-in classmate, Kenta Yamazaki, to return to school. Wishing to wrap things up quickly, Saku visits Kenta's house the very next day. But the task proves more challenging than he expects when he discovers that Kenta is firmly and fully on the Saku hate train. If he wants to preserve his impeccable image, Saku must find a way to win over Kenta and bring him back to school. I get the concept. I don't know how good it's gonna be. Also, there's nothing about Ramune in there. Is it because it's like a metaphor for being a shut-in?
It's a maybe, Ali, at the end of the day. It's Feel Studios, they're pretty good at doing clean animations. One dance. Kaboku Kotani is a starting high school and he plans to do what he always done, go along with his friends, keep quiet and not draw too much attention to himself. After all, it's hard not to get by with a stutter like kids. Why make things worse by standing out from the crowd? Well, then he sees another first year, Hikari Wanda, dancing like no one is watching, or like she doesn't care who sees her. It makes Kaboku wonder, could he reach the same freedom? To find his way to Wanda, he does something he's never thought he would do. He joins the dance club. After all, every routine begins with a single step, right? Join Kaboku and Wanda as they freestyle their way to life and love. So this reminds me of an anime called Ballroom Yokuso, Welcome to the Ballroom, about a guy that learns that his dancing is quite good. So this has romance scenes. Apparently, it doesn't have it in its tag, but you know what? We'll give this a maybe, Ali.
Chichi wa eiyu, haha wa seirei, musume no watashi wa henseisha. Dad is a hero. Mom is a spirit. I'm a reincarnator. Being a girl of both spirit and human blood, 8-year-old Ellen has power over the elements, though not the traditional 4-element kind. She has the power to transform your surroundings by manipulating the elements of the periodic table. On top of that, Ellen also has a great amount of scientific knowledge due to being a scientist in her past life. During the war against a neighboring kingdom, Wally Van Persie, hero of the kingdom of Henbal, and eldest son of House Van Kerfy, as well as Ellen's father, was fatally injured. However, the spirit who fought by Roval's side, Lady Origin, brought him to her realm to save him from the clutches of death. Lady Origin, who happens to be the queen of the spirit realm as well as Ellen's eventual mother, is one of the most powerful spirits in existence, making little Ellen quite powerful in contrast to her innocent looks.
It's a comedy, like feel-good kind of show, so I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance to see. So, Ego no Tenai Shokuba Desu, a mangaka's weirdly wonderful workplace. Hey yo, this is gonna be a comedy show with the all-girls cast. Please do not make it lesbian like they've done with Bad Girl. New shoujo manga artist Nana Futami works hard every day while being supported by Kaide Sato, a female editor who's older than her. and Mizuki Hazama, her sister. According to the girl herself, she sometimes drums up intense daydreams, delusions, and occupational illness. A working girl comedy set in the entertainment industry, brought to you by an author who always draws various girls. I'll give it a maybe. Honeyworks will be doing by themselves without Chico, the opening.
One Punch Man Season 3, a must watch. Need I say more? It's One Punch Man. There's one reason why people would hate it, and it's because it's done by JC staff, who did the second season.
We'll go with a maybe. Sorry, must watch. Mushoku no Eiyu Betsu no ni skill nanka irana kata en daga. Hero without a class who even needs skills. Classes are given to the age of 10, and the presence or absence of skills greatly affects life. Aril, the son of a sword princess Farah and Magic King Leon, has been branded as classless, but even without a job or skill, he believes he can persevere through efforts. I'm going to give it a maybe.
Himekishi wa Barbaroi no Yome. The warrior princess and the barbaric king just kill me. These are the words of Serafina da Lavilan, the strongest female knight in the West. After being defeated in a war with the East, she has become a prisoner of the barbarians. What awaits Serafina is a life of revenge, torture, and humiliation, or so she thought. What she is offered instead is a marriage to the barbarian king. An intriguing tale of otherworldly marriage is about to begin.
I remember reading this synopsis and thinking it was actually quite good. It's a maybe. Akujiki Reijo to Kyoketsu Kosaku. Past the monster, meet milady. Like any proper noble lady, one must have certain acquired tastes. For Melfiera Macalare, she just happens to crave rather exotic protein monsters. But do not judge. Despite its bad reputation, monster meat can be used in exquisite cuisines, and Mefiera is determined to change the kingdom's opinions on it. Unfortunately, since debuting in society, Mefiera has been struggling to find her perfect man, until she meets the fearless blood mad duke of Galbraith. Bro, what are these names? I'm gonna give it a maybe.
Until Suenai Kyuketsuki-chan, Vampires-chan can't suck properly. As a vampire, Luna Ishikawa can be considered a unique transfer student. With her cool demeanor, she has quickly become her class's center of attention. Normally, it would be nearly impossible for Atsuta Otori, a completely average guy, to ever interact with her. However, this changes when the two are unexpectedly paired together for cleaning duty. After Tatsuta spontaneously forms a friendship with Luna, his impression of her slowly crumbles. She is not the mysterious and collected girl everyone thinks she is. In fact, she is unable to even suck blood properly. Resolved to help Luna overcome her ineptness, Tatsuta proposes to become her practice partner, pumping life into her mundane school days. The duo gradually works towards their delectable goal, improving Luna's blood-sucking skills with every bite she takes.
This is also a Feel Studio anime. I'm going to give it a maybe because that was a very weird synopsis. Ansatsu sha de aru ore no status ga yusha yori mo akiraka ni suyoi no daga. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Oda Akira is the kind of guy who people forget is even there. His unassuming nature pays off though when his entire class is swept away to a fantasy world and he slips easily into his new role as a silent assassin. Between his suspiciously high starting stats and too many details that don't fit, Akira is sure something is wrong. But digging into the royal secrets is a dangerous game, and when Akira uncovers an evil scheme, he also makes a powerful enemy, the very king who brought him to the world. With the help of the elven spirit medium Amelia, can he find the power to set things right and get his revenge? This is a maybe. The one thing I will say that's got good going is Sunrise, so we'll see how this goes.
Ninja to Gokudo, Ninja versus Yakuza. Since ancient times, the ninja and the Yakuza have been at war, spilling blood around the world as empires rise and fall. So when, in the modern age, Shinoha, a ninja, meets Kiwami, a gangster following the path of the Yakuza, the Gokudo, and discovers they have common interests, the obvious assumption is that nothing good can come of it. But can it be that the one burgeoning romance will shake up a 300-year grudge.
I'm not going to give it the time, Ali. If it sounds gay and if it's going to queer bait me like it does with there's someone Hikaru that I'm not going to bother with. Nageki no Bore wa Intai Shitai Part 2. Their Grieving Souls Retire Part 2. I enjoyed the first part, not going to lie. I kind of like how he generally is not overpowered and he just gets away with everything. I know that some people didn't enjoy it, so I'm going to give it a maybe. The next one, I'm not going to talk about that long, and nor is that. The reason why, so Gnosia is based off a poorly received beat video game. Yeah, it's a beat one. So what I mean by beat, it was a music video game like Piano Tiles. So we're not going to bother with this, Ali.
Isekai Munchkin HP1 no Mama de Saikyo Saisoku Dungeon Koruyaku, Otherworldly Munchkin. Let's speedrun the dungeon with only 1 HP. 16-year-old Yukito Kirihara lives with his 14-year-old sister Sana, who he treasures more than anyone else. But when an ogre shows up outside of his window looking for Sana, a shocking event in its own right, Yukito leaps to save her and is killed. He's offered the promise of reincarnation by a mysterious woman who gives him a character sheet in a mysterious book. But when Yukito sees Sana in there too, he sets off to find her and saves them both, even if he only has 1 HP with which to do it.
It's like he's Ninja from Pokemon. So yeah, it is a maybe. Shabake. It is the Edo period. Ichi Taro, the young master of Nagasakiya, one of the largest stores in Nihonbashi, has been in poorhouse since birth and is unable to go out. However, Ichitaro is always protected by demons such as Shirasawa and Inugami who serve him. One night, Ichitaro goes out secret and witnesses a murder. From that day on, bizarre murders begin to occur one after the other in Edo. With the help of the demons, Ichitaro searches for the culprit. Begins. I am saying this is not gonna bother. It's such a look. The key visuals boring. There's nothing going on there, and you know that synopsis didn't really do anything for me either.
Shumatsu Touring, riding a motorbike at the end of the world.
Before you carry on, where did the title, the English title, come from? Shumatsu Tori. Shumatsu means the end. I get that. So Shumatsu end. But where the flip did the end of the world come from? Shumatsu. Where did motorbike come from touring? If you're a Japanese reader, you read that title, Shumatsu Touring just means ending tour or something like that. So why could you not just call it ending tour? Like, baffles me.
Got another English title called Touring After the Apocalypse.
That makes more sense. Makes more sense.
All alone after the end of days, 2 girls bike through the empty ruins of Japan, and they're not about to let the collapse of civilization get in the way of sightseeing. Even when the world ends, their journey goes on.
It's not gonna bother. It's not worth it at the end of it. Golden Kamuy Inazuma Goto to Mamushi no Organ. Yeah, this will be a must watch for me and Ali. Golden Kamuy Sapporo Beer Kojo Hen. That's gonna be a must watch. Goldban Cry. Ali does not like this anime anymore. I probably will not watch it because it's not really a sequel. It's just a compilation of the actual anime. But this is Gigak's anime that he's doing. Connor from Trash Taste is also going to be here. Kevin Penkin's going to be here. So he's got quite a few of his friends, which kind of makes me think, did he get Joey as well? I don't know. The anime's over, yes, in the sense of it's aired in like a public space, but he needs to upload it to his YouTube channel eventually. He said he's going to be doing that in the next season, and I just want to tell him. He also has Alex Lee playing the main character English. So the fact that a person like him is actually making anime, it's not the first time it's happened, and because it's only 1 episode though, I'm happy because the last time I remember a YouTuber making an anime, it did not end. These are our opinions. Let us know your opinions in the comments down below. I've been Mo, that's been Ali. See you guys later on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.